adventure. And Pipeman on W4CY Radio.
This is the Pipeman here on the Adventures of Pipeman W4CY Radio, and I'm very excited about our next guest because he's part of one of my favorite things to do in life, and he is the artistic director of the Florida Renaissance Festival, which I've been going every year since I've moved to Florida, but I've been going to a Ren Fest every year since 1980. So let's welcome to the show, Chris Leidenfrost. How are you?
Hello, Pipeman. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. 34th annual Florida Renaissance Festival. That's like unbelievable that it's been going on that long.
It is amazing. It is one of the longest running shows in the country. There's a couple that are ahead of us, but our producer, Bobby Rodriguez, he's been putting the show together now, going to our 34th year. It's pretty amazing.
That is pretty cool. So tell us, you're in your costume shop there. Tell us a little bit about the behind the scenes of the Florida Renaissance Festival.
Well, it's interesting. We're pretty much, even though we're only open for weekends in February and March, we are a year-round production company. As soon as we start to take the festival down, our admin, our creative team, our production team, we're back in the office talking about the next season. So right now, we're in our mobile trailer. I've got my amazing wardrobe assistant, Zelly, behind us in the shot. Actually, she's busy working on costumes. We have a cast of around 70 people, and that's just our cast. That doesn't include all our independent acts. So, we have a homegrown cast here that we've been growing now for the last couple, we have people who've been here since the beginning. For all 34 seasons. Shout out to Maria McIntyre, who's been our cheesemonger now and other characters for 34 years. But also a new larger cast. We have some incredibly young performers who are making their Renaissance Festival debut this year. But all of the wardrobe that goes on them is on the racks behind me right now.
Nice. I dig it. And, I am the type of person that when I go to the Renaissance Festival, like some people, they take their time, they leave early. I think, and I was just telling somebody this weekend, the best times are when right before it opens and opening the gates and at the end. So How could you miss those two things? Go there for the whole day.
Yeah, your people, the ticket price gets you in from when we open our gates at 10 to when we close our gates at sunset. And there's ongoing entertainment all day. Our vendors, we have over 100 artisans and vendors selling all sorts of everything from gourmet cheeses to beautiful garments and everything in between, swords and jewelry and pirate flags and pirate hats and just about anything you could hope to find at a festival we've got here. And again, it's ongoing all day. So, if you get here early, you can pack in as much shopping and entertainment as you can.
And I definitely think people should get like season passes because I have never been able to do everything what I'm supposed to and want to do in one day ever. And I've been doing it for years. There's so much to see and do.
Well, and exactly. And it's also not only is there more entertainment, it's even one of the lines when you arrive at our opening gate, the mayor goes, "There's more entertainment than one could see in a full day at the festival." And it's true. Absolutely. We've got 13 stages that run all day long. Everything from small, intimate stages to big stages with, five taiko drummers performing at the same time. Obviously, yes, people do come once and then they're like, "Oh, I want to upgrade to a season pass," which is very easy to do at our box office. And again, I can't do the math, but if you buy a season pass, it's good for all 16 days of our show. And it has some extra perks too, like you get a special express lane at all of our pubs. So like there's a couple extra perks besides getting the great deal on the daily ticket as well for our season pass holders.
So what got you involved when you first got involved?
So I've been doing Renaissance festivals since 2004. So this is my 22nd year working for Renaissance festivals in general. But I started my journey with Florida Renaissance Festival in 2017. I came here as an independent performer with 2 shows that I was producing, which were the Crimson Pirates, which is our musical band that I'm a member of, as well as The Greatest Pirate Story Never Told, which is a improvised pirate musical that we're not doing anymore. We moved on from that show into some new stuff, but I started doing the show in 2017. I was performing here for a few years. Then one of my mentors, who was pretty much one of the reasons I'm so involved doing festivals, Scott McNeil, we were very good friends and colleagues at the New York Renaissance Festival, where I started. And he was our former artistic director. He actually retired last year. So this is my first year stepping into this role full-time as artistic director. And when he retired, I took over. But he basically, 4 years ago, asked me if I'd like to be involved in the art department here. And besides the Renaissance Festival background that I have, I've also been a set designer and a theater producer as well. So all of those things kind of overlap.
Yeah.
And because we build our show from the ground up. Some of the festivals that are as big and has been around as long as we have are on permanent sites. New York, Bristol, Maryland, they have their acreage that they build beautiful, huge buildings on, and they're there all year round. Even though again they're only open for 2 months about, they don't have to build it and tear it down every time. They have to put up the flags and the banners and everything. But we come into Quiet Waters Park, and it's a beautiful, pristine South Florida county park with beautiful lakes and trees and just a beautiful space that we're so fortunate to be able to partner with them in Broward County and the park system here. But everything you see, from our stages to our booths that our vendors bring in, every wall that goes up to hide the backstage, every banner, every flag, that all gets brought in and set up in about 3.5 weeks. And then it all gets torn down in 2 weeks at the end when we're done.
And people don't realize, as somebody that's been doing events since 11 years old, how much work that entails to put that together. And as somebody that goes to that park when there's not a Renaissance Festival, like when you guys are there, I don't even recognize the park, to be honest. It's such a transformation.
It really is. And I say we transform this park into a thriving 16th century village. It's kind of the mantra, and it's all I tell everyone, because I kind of head up our artistic department with our site crew, but I also head up our entertainment division. So my umbrella encompasses all of that. So I sort of bring the aesthetic of the festival and the producer's vision and our creative team's vision. I'm kind of the one overseeing and implementing it all and trying to execute it the best that I can. But the reason I'm saying that is because I tell everyone involved, from our cast to our site crew to I also get involved a little bit with our bar staff and our vendor staff and our game staff to kind of just get them a little bit of a primer. Like, remember, you're not you when you walk through our gates, when the gates open, you're in a character who is welcoming our guests into our village. So I always tell people, it's like, everything collectively that we're doing is one giant magic trick, one
Right.
giant illusion that we have transformed this park into this village of Kimmendale. And, if any one of those parts of the illusion fails, the crack in the armor, but we've got an incredible team. We've been blessed with a really incredible team across the board. So that magic trick is alive and thriving and well.
Nice. And it certainly is. And now you guys have themed weekends every weekend, which is so cool to me. And I was there on Cupid's weekend.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, well, I don't think I've ever been on Cupid's weekend, so I'm going to try that this year. And I love how people, like, it amazes me more than any other type of event out there, how people get so in character for the different weekends. And I'm not talking about the people working there. I'm talking about the people attending.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we wouldn't have been around for 34 years if we didn't have wonderful recurring patrons and guests who've been coming since the beginning. We had our industry in general was very fortunate that after COVID, that year that everything started coming back, people were looking for things to do, but things more outdoors, because you didn't want that cross contamination kind of thing. It was such an unknown time. Thank God we're moved past it. But I think that was a way that brought in a lot of folks who said, you know what, we've never been to the Renaissance Festival before. Let's check it out. And people check it out and they get hooked because it's a great time.
Absolutely. And so how do you determine the themes for the different weekends? Because I'm sure you have a bunch to choose from, and you got to decide what's going to be best this year.
So we have some stock themes that we always try to work in. Like, we always have a Pirates weekend. We always have a Viking weekend, a time travelers weekend, or a kind of steampunk weekend. We kind of cross those two. We've been really building, especially since I've come in now under this new purview of artistic director. We've been building up, because over the last few years, we've really invested, our owner has really invested in the overall aesthetic of the festival. So we're really now trying to we have a big, beautiful Viking themed area and a big, beautiful pirate themed area. We have sort of, during the Renaissance, it's more European centered in history.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a whole area where we have an amazing encampment that represents the Ottoman Empire and sort of everything that would have been east of Europe, kind of the European amalgam of everything that Marco Polo would have brought back with him. So we have an area kind of themed around that. So we have these themed areas that we use to build the weekends into as well. But then we've also then built the lore of our kingdom of, so we have our village of Kimmendale, and even though we exist within the timeline of the true Renaissance, because we have our steampunk people, because we have Vikings and pirates and so many things that overlap different eras of history, we've definitely gone in. We're still the Renaissance Festival, but we've incorporated and folded in a lot more fantasy and historical fictional elements in, and we put together this continent of Calandria that the festival takes place within, and all of those kingdoms, all of those areas now exist together within that new reality that exists alongside of real European Renaissance history.
I'll tell you something else too. You added something this year that, now I'm not a drinker, but I noticed immediately. I'm like, oh wow, they have that this year, and that's the mead imported from England. That's pretty amazing.
Yes, so we have a new mead partner, Nidhager Mead. We're very excited to have them. And again, yes, we have real English mead at our festival. It's very exciting. And not only can you get that, I think, in all of our pubs. I think maybe just the smaller pub at the front, but maybe even they do. They're going to be mad at me for not knowing that. But almost all of our pubs serve the original mead, and then some of our larger pubs, there's also a sour cherry mead as well. and there might even be another flavor that is escaping me right now. But not only can you get it at our pub, but if you really enjoy it, at the front of the festival before you leave, you can actually stop in with our meat vendors and take a bottle home with you.
Wow, that's cool.
Yes. So, oh, hello. It's our production stage manager, Paul Horner. Hi, Paul.
Hello.
Is there a production stage management note that I need?
Nope. We're all good. We're on the... So, as I said, the festival is alive and working all the time.
I love that. You know?
Yes, we're at 24, or not 24 hour, but we're definitely a 7-day a week operation.
Well, and I love that you mentioned that even earlier, because again, like, people just have no clue of what goes behind to make this magic happen. And that to me is the biggest ordeal.
Again, we have I couldn't tell you how many, but we have an incredible site crew team. So of about, Paul, how many people are on site crew?
35.
35. So you have a team of 35 construction and sanitation and carpentry and just all the elements that we need to build, which is one of...
What we pull off here at the Florida Renaissance Festival, I think, is unique in the country, because we come into a blank canvas, a park that has nothing here, and we bring in tractor trailer load of equipment that we set up, and once it's up, you can't tell it's not a permanent site. So we are very excited with what we pull off here each year. And then it goes all away, and there's nothing left on this grounds when we leave.
Yeah, I was even saying to him earlier, as somebody that goes to the park when there's not a Renaissance Festival and goes every year when there is, it's like the transformation is so magical, because like I have no idea I'm at Quiet Waters Park when I'm in there.
We try. We want to make sure that when we leave here, other than some patterns in the grass,
Right,
that there's nothing really left that you can tell we were here.
there you go.
I'm going back.
All right.
Paul. But again, Paul is kind of the way I bridge the entertainment with the site crew in the art department. Paul also is our stage manager who bridges the site crew with the entertainment part of it as well. So,
And what else do we have new in 2026? Because you've instituted a lot of new things this year.
yeah. So again, over the past couple of years, so we've for this year we have some really exciting new entertainment acts. We have some old favorites returning who haven't been with us in a while. We have 2 out of 3 of the members of Cantiga, which is an amazing true early music Renaissance band. Martha Gay and Tom Newendell on the fiddle, and they play beautiful medieval and Renaissance music. They're back at our early music stage, the Fife and Fiddle. We have some returning favorites like Rota Temporis, who comes all the way from Italy to do our show every year. It's a medieval bagpipe and drum band. Sam Coma, which is a taiko and kind of Viking fusion band, which is also super exciting. Again, we have our cast. It's the largest cast we've had potentially ever, but definitely in the last 10 to 15 years. Again, we have about 70 people. And that's not including our dance troupe or our independent acts. So we have a whole village full of characters ready to meet and greet and welcome you to Kimmendale. As well as, let me just try to think off the top of my head. We have the Crimson Pirates, which is my band. So I'm also a performer here at the festival. We do a bunch of Celtic standards and maritime standards. With kind of a folk rock twist. There's Pirates Creed, who is also, they call their music style seagrass, so sort of like a maritime and bluegrass melange. Oh my God, there's just so much. And there's also part of the reason, again, we talked about the season passes a little while ago, but not only is there so much entertainment than you could see on any given day, we also have rotating acts as well. So we have new acts coming in on a kind of rotating basis. So you'll never see the same stage lineup on any given day, really, or at least any given couple. You know, you come in on weekend 1, there's going to be new acts by the time you come back on weekend 3. So that's really exciting as well.
That's why it's so important to get a season pass and go every weekend.
It's really, it's a great bang for your buck. And especially like you look at, we're in Florida here, you have access to so many high-end, wonderful parks in Orlando, a few hours away. But, for people in Broward County in the greater Miami area, this is in your backyard.
Yeah.
And, a season pass that gets you 60 days of entertainment is about the price of the one day in one of the parks in Orlando. So, you get a lot of entertainment for that ticket price, for sure.
Absolutely. And then you even have a special going on for weekend 5 where you're doing a special offer.
Yes. So again, I mentioned we have over 100 vendors and artisans. So we have our marketplace weekend. So we've partnered now with our vendors, so to encourage people to come in and buy that beautiful Renaissance dress, maybe go and buy some jewelry, stock up, get your early Christmas shopping, holiday shopping done here. Because there's so many unique things. I bought earrings for my mom the other day. So I was like, oh my God, she's going to love these. And so I went and, you never know what you're going to find kind of here from that end. But yes, if you spend, and I forget the breakdown, forgive me.
I have it.
You do? Oh, you're prepared. I appreciate that.
How about that? So yeah, the guests who spend $250 or more on any artisan vendor booth purchases only will receive 1 or more complimentary tickets to come back for the 2026 show. The total amount can be divided up between multiple artisan purchases, does not have to be one single transaction. For every additional $250 spent, you can earn another complimentary ticket for up to a maximum of 4 tickets, $1,000 total. So, everybody needs to go to the website. Go to renfest.com. That's ren-fest.com/events, or just click on the events tab and then what's new. And you can take care of that special weekend and haggle if you dare.
Exactly. Yeah. And I mean, again, like I said, if you want to get your holiday shopping done early and then you get some tickets to come back and join us again, it's a great promotion that helps the show, helps our guests, and also helps our vendors to, sell some of their beautiful stuff.
My favorite thing to buy at the Ren Fest that I look forward to every year is the weapons, because I'm a person, I don't own a gun, I don't want a gun, but I do like cool weapons that are unique, and so I love going to different vendors that have all the different weapons. And, listen, a Renaissance gun, I'm good with. But and swords and all the different knives. I have this thing, it goes on my finger and it has a blade on it. That thing, I didn't realize how dangerous that could do some serious damage. I've made myself bleed with it. Just
don't have a cold when you're wearing that.
I know, yeah, you can't be doing that. And then I like the damn, I'm drawing a blank right now. Where you have the stick with the ball with the spikes on it.
Oh, a flail or a mace?
Yeah,
a flail has the chain, and the mace is just on the stick.
Yeah, I like both of them actually. I like those unique weapons that could do serious damage that I probably wouldn't damage anybody with.
As long as you don't damage yourself, that's the most important thing.
Exactly, but sometimes it might be worth it. I don't know. I'm just kidding. But and I'll tell you what too. I don't know what your favorite act of the Ren Fest is, and it would be hard to play favorites, but those washing well wenches. Oh my God.
Oh man, I mean, they are an institution for a reason, and you'll find them at almost every festival in the country. We're very fortunate to have an amazing duo of cousins. They're all cousins for some reason.
I know, they're all cousins. I think they're all from West Virginia originally.
West Virginia via Sussex, England. Yes.
Yeah, they immigrated from Sussex, England to there.
It's very possible. It's very possible.
You never know.
We have one of those shows. It's again one of the things that I fell in love with the festival back when 22 years ago. there truly is something for everyone here, because we have everything from the Washimo Wenches, real beautiful, broad, comedy-style comedy, and a little innuendo, but enough that it'll go over your kids' heads if you go see them. We have the jousting on horseback, to amazing music acts. Again, we have everything from singing pirates to true Renaissance music. We have we have Cantiga coming in next week, but this week we have the final weekend of the Harper and the Minstrel, who play so many different period instruments from the Renaissance era, as well as a merry noise. They're a Renaissance woodwind, and they have everything from the little tiny recorders to the big contra bassoons of the era. And it's just there's so much to see and do here.
I love the brass. What's it called? The brass.
The Ivanhoe brass.
Yeah, the big looks like a big ancient machine playing.
Oh,
the bells and all that.
Yes. Bells to go, cast and runs. They're with us this season for the full run. It is. We have a line in one of our scenes where the Mistress of Rebels goes, "We even have the world's largest, heaviest instrument. Something I know all too much about. The carillon of bells." So that is a full carillon of tuned bells that he plays 5 times a day, kind of right in the heart of our fair, a little back towards the joust field.
Yep.
And it's true. I always say our show has something from people 4 to 104. You've got there's no reason you should come here at any age and not have a full day of entertainment and fun and adventure.
Well, I do have a funny story from a couple weekends ago.
Oh.
And okay, the show says right outside it was R-rated, but I think there was a father that didn't see that, brought his kid in, and it was the guy that does the poetry.
Arthur Greenleaf Holmes.
Yes.
Yes.
And
I would say, sorry, you go on.
Well, he said something like right after he started. He said, "Are you sure you want your kid here?" And then, "Oh yeah, it's okay." And then he started finishing, going on whatever he was reading, and Dad got up and left because it was really, really good, but not for the kid.
Yes. But we do have one stage that is dedicated as our R-rated tent, the Great Hall stage, where there is very risque but very clever acts there. So we just had, again, talking about the rotation of acts. So Arthur Greenleaf Holmes is with us for the run of our show, doing his unique brand of dirty ditties and poetry. But incredibly clever. I mean, he's been all over the country. He had several off-Broadway runs doing his work. He's a really amazing professional. And he gave that dad the out. That's all I'm going to say. He gave him the out. He said, "Are you sure you want to be here?"
He did. Like, listen, it's your fault. Listen, if somebody tells you that, they're really telling you might want to leave.
But on that stage, also this season, we've had Midwife Crisis, which is a.
I loved that.
You got to see her. Oh yeah, so she finished her run with us for this season, but I'm hoping we'll have her back next year. Now we have arriving Chase Treasure, which is 3 ladies of the court who, sort of like Arthur Greenleaf Holmes, tells us sort of dirty poems, but
I remember them.
Song. Yes.
And then I don't know if you have it this year, but one of my favorites also is Christian Salter. Do you remember him, Christian Salter?
Yes. So he's not with us this year, and I don't want to speak out of turn, but he's also a fantasy novelist. So I believe that part of his career has been taking off. So
nice.
Maybe switching gears a little bit, but don't quote me on that. He was making that transition before I became the assistant of entertainment here. So I don't know 100%. I don't want to talk out of school. But I believe it's all good things that he's not here. It's not like, like get out of here. No.
And there's a lot of things there that are very similar to all that, which is what I love. It's like, it's that humor that really, you can't even define it as dirty humor because it's done so cleverly.
Right. It's well, the art of innuendo, I think, is kind of what it really boils down to. And it
No
does,
doubt.
it is there is a sort of British humor slant that I think the Renaissance Festival
Totally.
apparently gravitates towards, that sort of Monty Python, Absolutely Fabulous, Faulty Towers, general sort of slightly more farcical and clever humor that, we're our type of entertainment or industry is known for.
Absolutely. So is there anything we haven't covered that you want the listeners to know?
My goodness. I mean, we've touched about everything, but again, like in my mind, there's between the entertainment, if the entertainment starts before our gates even open, our opening gate scene starts to welcome the guests at about 9:48 every day. And the entertainment doesn't stop until we're waving goodbye to everyone at the front, that same gate as the sun is setting. We have, we have everything from jousting and stage combat to those clever, more adult themed shows, to music of every sort of genre. Again, from folk to true Renaissance and Celtic music. We have a new group this year called New Minstrel Review, who's been around forever, but we haven't been able to get them down here. We finally got them down here.
Nice.
And they're an incredible trio, doing all original sort of folk and kind of bluegrassy music. Just incredible stuff. And from that, and then not only that, but we have the vendors, and we also have the food and the beverage. Like we have 7 themed pubs. So the pubs aren't just walking in and like buying a beer. They're all themed to their areas. So we have the Black Wolf Pub, which is our beautiful Viking themed pub. We have the Crossroads Pub, which is our beautiful pirate environment. It's very environmental. You walk in and there's sails and netting and everything. You walk inside, you feel like you're inside of a shipwreck. And then there is the Mad Tentacle Society Pub, which is in our steampunk area. So there's all sorts of steam tanks and pipes and everything, putting that bar together. And so everything you kind of are walking into is an immersive environment to make you feel like you're part of this village and this area. And of course, oh my goodness, our owners would never forgive me if I didn't mention our champagne bar. So we have a champagne bar also in the pirate area with Prosecco, as well as all sorts of sparkling wine cocktails, which are a lot of fun. And it's even, we have a character who owns the champagne, Madame Jacqueline Sancerre, and she will be so happy to greet you and offer you a glass of champagne.
Yes, I was there. It's amazing. And I'll tell you what, my favorite part still to this day is the end of the day where you have both the pub sing and then out in the middle with the music and the dancing, out in the middle there at the end. Like, I just love that. Like, I sit there, even this last time, I'm watching people leave. I'm like, how it's like leaving for the encore band at a concert. Like, what's wrong with you?
I will say maybe people are trying to get home. Maybe they have kids, but no. I mean, again, we go up. We have our final 2 shows of the day. The Pub Sing, which is sort of our variety act, where all of the music acts from across the festival come together at the end of the day, and we kind of jam together and feature each other and play with each other. And we send everyone home in song. Sing along with us at our final couple songs. And then our big drum bands also hang out at the Crossroads and do, again, kind of a big drum and bagpipe dance party too, as well. So again, the entertainment goes right up until the last moment, that last cannon fires, and we close our gates and send you home.
And there it is. And if you haven't gone this year yet, there's still time, people.
Yep.
You have till March 29th, weekend, Saturday and Sundays. You can't miss it. And I can tell you, too, that there's some really cool weekends coming up here. We talked about, His Majesty's Marketplace, but there's also, You got the Clover the Rainbow, A Gathering of Green. You got Rise of the Cogkeepers, Tinkering in Time. Then you got the Fantastical Fables, A World Beyond the Page. And then the last weekend of September, how did I combine February with September? I don't know. The last weekend of February, beginning of March, and you have Sirens and Shipwrecks. Party till the end of the plank.
And this weekend is a Vikings Valor, where we'll have our Vikings coming to take over our village this year.
Nice. Well, it's been a pleasure speaking with you. I always love the Ren Fest, and everybody in South Florida, they need to go, because if you haven't gone to one, and all you people that move from other places, this is the premier event in South Florida. You need to go. Don't miss it this year.
Well, thank you. I hope to see all of them there, and I hope we get to see you there again as well, hopefully for the end of the season. You
got it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.